Time for the old switcheroo. How great is that? Just pull out this key. Now it's time for Mr. Grom. Hey everyone. So as you saw in the last video that the Pipeworks exhaust is super loud, and I had to do kind of a quick rethink as far as the camera situation and the sound situation goes, but I am fixing it. I saw that Pipeworks actually makes an extra quiet baffle rather than just that little dB killer that I have in it currently. So I've had that ordered. It's coming from the UK though, so it's going to take some time. But in the meantime, I thought I'd upgrade some of the camera and the microphone equipment. Might as well, and did it on the cheap. So thought I'd show you guys my new setup. So this is what the camera that I currently have, which is a Hero 7 Black. But I added a couple of things to it. So first and foremost, I got this, which is the mic adapter, which is it's annoying because it's a bulky thing, and I didn't really want to get one. I was kind of hoping that I could just buy a mic, but it doesn't have that software or a capability, so can't be done. Got a case to fit it, so that way it's clean and just kind of out of the way. I don't have to deal with mounting that as well. And it also puts the camera a little bit lower, which I kind of like, so that way you get more of a dynamic view. You can see the handlebars, you can kind of see out ahead in front of the bike, things like that. In addition to that, got a new microphone to fit that with a 3.5mm jack, so that's up here and then wired. The microphone actually sits right here just on the cheek pad. I just zip tied it to the wire of the microphone attached to my Sena here. This is what I was using last time, just kind of in a pinch. I have the old GoPro Hero 3 Black and then just a simple microphone with a USB. The problem with this one is it doesn't have the image stabilization, and so the camera footage comes out super shaky, and I don't really like that. I've kind of grown accustomed to the hyper smooth that the Hero 7 has, which I really like, so thought I might as well kind of upgrade the audio portion of this to make the sound come out as good as the video does. So while we're waiting for that stuff to come in the mail, I thought I might as well test the system out by comparing some of the bikes. So we got the Benelli, obviously, but we have also got the Grom here, and we have not really jumped on these two bikes back to back. So I think that's going to be cool to compare those two directly, you know, one right after the other, and that way we can kind of see how they feel comfort-wise, how they feel acceleration-wise, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. It's been a week. I actually forgot how loud this thing is. If I don't ride this thing daily, it's always just a shocker whenever I turn it on and I go, whoa! I can't wait for that extra quiet decat thing, or extra quiet baffle to come in. I really hope it cuts some of the echo. Also, hopefully this microphone's picking up my voice okay, given how loud it is on the outside of the helmet. You know, one thing I do actually notice with this new setup is that it's just a little bit heavier, and probably that combined with the fact that it's a little bit lower on my helmet, I can feel the weight when I move my head. This is what Jay Leno feels like. Now, where to go? Like this thing takes just a little bit longer to accelerate. I feel like the Grom is just a little bit more peppy in the acceleration department. One of these days I'll grab a buddy and then we'll do a drag race on both of these right next to each other so we can see for sure. Okay. Ooh, I got some backfire right there. Let's find some twisties. Here we go, here's a nice sweeper. Not bad, but this bike does have the stock tires on it, which I'm not 100% on, so haven't really attacked corners with this thing yet. I will say, the nice thing about mini bikes is you can have so much fun going 25 miles an hour. And we'll see how the Grom handles this road compared to the Benelli, because I know, comparing the two, the Honda is much more set up for cornering. The handling on that one just seems a little bit twitchier, but twitchier in a good way, like you can really fling it. This one, it's a little softer, it's a little smoother. This thing is a little bit more top heavy, so it, you know, it kind of sways a little bit more. Scooter peeps. But yeah, I know when I go down this road, the Honda will just want to attack. So we're heading back now, and we will swap bikes and see how the Grom feels. Alright, now we get to go out and do it all again. Right off the bat, this seat is so bad. I hate it so much. I cheaped out and got this no-name thing, whole new seat for 70 bucks, which is pretty cheap compared to all the other quality options out there. And I cheaped out, so that's what my butt gets. The other thing I noticed right off the bat is that this thing just feels so much tighter all the way around. The brakes are a lot more responsive. The clutch lever, while it's a little squeaky, is a lot stiffer. The shifter is a lot stiffer. Everything, just the tolerances are just so tight on this thing. I love the fact that this thing has such a quiet exhaust. Like, it sounds good when you're accelerating, but then when you come to idle like this, it just quietens down. It almost sounds stock, really. You can barely hear it. I appreciate it. My neighborhood appreciates it. But then if you want to give it a rev, it'll do it. I don't think I really have gotten into on a video all the modifications that I've done to this thing, so I might actually do that as just its own thing. Just go over everything that's been done to this. But in short summary, I've had this thing since 2016. I bought it brand new. It has almost 19,000 miles on it, so it's been put through its paces, but it's still on the stock motor. It's still on the stock piston. I love how this thing just instantly wakes up whenever you snap the throttle. At almost any RPM, it just says, okay, and then just goes. As much as I love the Benelli, as much as I love the Supermoto, this thing just always gives me such a huge smile. Not only is it an OG Grom, but it's my OG. This is my first proper street bike that I've ever bought, and it just continues to give me that excitement. I love it so much. This bike is going to be one of those lifetime bikes that I'm never getting rid of it unless it's like completely mangled somehow or destroyed or stolen. This is staying with me Alright, here's our sweeper. Yeah, it's much tighter on this bike, and the tires definitely help. The Grom is almost too happy in corners. That threw me off a little bit too when I went from the Benelli to the Grom right off the bat. The first corner I took was a little bit jarring in that it just kind of darted, almost like the front end just kind of took the corner without me asking it to, because this thing will just dart left and right no matter what. There we go. Oh, this is such a nice bike. Pairing these two is tough. Yeah, they both have similar characteristics. Both minis, both small horsepower, small cc engines, but they do both have different characteristics. The Benelli is much better at comfortable cruising. Like, I would definitely take that bike up and down PCH. That bike is perfect for it. You know, it's got more cc's, you know, bigger engine, so it can handle the higher speed of the highway while not wringing itself out like the Grom tends to. But then, on the other hand, the Grom would be much better on a little canyon carve type road, you know, something that's 25 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, and just kind of snakes around a little mountain. This thing will also be great on a track day. If I had to pick it between the two, as much as I love riding around the Benelli, being a new experience and everything, it's got to be this. It's got to be the Grom that I keep between the two. It's the OG. It's the OG. So that's pretty much it. We're winding down, getting back to the house. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos with the Grom. I haven't really done a detailed look at it as far as modifications, parts, things like that. So if you guys want to see that, I can definitely do that. I think it would also be interesting to see when this finally does hit 20,000 miles, how the piston looks. We'll do a full top end. So I think I'll want to record that as well. So hopefully next week we'll get back to the modification train on the Benelli with that extra quiet baffle. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So with that, see you guys next time.